Good morning, students. Welcome to online teaching session of Academic World School Bemitra. Today I am here to teach a new chapter of geography, first chapter of geography, and the name of the chapter is India, Size and Location. Okay, so my subtopics under India, size and locations are location, size, significance of latitude and longitude, east-west extent and north-south extent. So let me start with location of India. Okay, before discussing about location of India, I would like to discuss about the latitude and longitudes. What are these latitudes and what are these longitudes? You can see these semicircles. You must have seen globe. On the globe, vertical lines are seen, and these vertical lines are longitudes. See, these are longitudes, and these longitudes are not full circle. These longitudes are semicircles. These longitudes are semicircles. They run from north pole to south pole. This is north pole and this is south pole. Okay, so these are longitudes. These are vertical lines running from north pole to south pole. Okay, next thing, what are latitudes? The parallel in fact, latitudes are different from longitudes. What have I told? Longitudes are semicircles and latitudes are full circles, and they are parallel. They are parallel circles, means the distance between every two latitudes is equal. See, the distance between these two latitudes and the distance between these two latitudes and the distance between these two latitudes are equal. So that's why latitudes are parallel circles. Next thing, our Earth has been classified into different climatic zones. Out of these latitudes, there are some main latitudes which have been given a distinct name. They are known by a distinct name, a separate name. They do have their own name. You can see this one, the middle latitude. Its location is 0 degree. And it is known by the name of equator. Okay, once again I am pointing it out. This is equator. Next thing, you can see this latitude 23, its location is 23.5 degree north. Why am I saying north? Why I have pointed here south, here north? Because our Earth has been classified into two spheres, northern sphere and southern sphere. Okay, so northern sphere is known as northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere is known as southern hemisphere. Okay, so this latitude is located in the northern sphere. So that's why I am pointing it as 23.5 degree north. This is Tropic of Cancer, TOC. It stands for Tropic of Cancer. Okay, next thing, about this latitude, one more significant latitude is there, and its location is 66.5 degree north, and its name is Arctic Circle, AC, Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle, and this is North Pole. Similarly, you can see this one just below the equator, this line, this latitude is its location is 23.5 degrees south, and its name is Tropic of Capricorn. Its name is Tropic of Capricorn. Remember one thing, this TOC stands for Tropic of Cancer and this TOC stands for Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, its location is 23 half degree south. Next one, just below this, you can see one more significant latitude, and its location is 66 half degree south. Its location is 66 half degree south, and its name is Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle, and this is South Pole. So you can see the area between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is known as torrid zone. Okay, it is the hottest zone, and it is known by the name of torrid zone. TORRID, torrid, ZONE, torrid zone. So you have to keep in your mind that this is the hottest zone. Okay, it is also it is said that it is either called torrid zone or equatorial zone or tropical zone. So it is known by the name of by three names. It is known, and they are equatorial zone, tropical zone, or torrid zone. So remember, three names I have mentioned here: torrid zone, equatorial zone, or tropical zone. This one, and just above this you can see the black cross. This area is known as temperate zone or subtropical zone. Once again I am repeating, the black cross area is known by the name of temperate zone or subtropical zone. In the same way, the black cross area between Antarctica and Tropic of Cancer, this area is also subtropical area or temperate zone. So we are having two temperate zone. One is from 23 half degree north to 66 half degree north, and another one is 23 half degree south and 66 half degree south. This one, temperate region, or you can say subtropical region. Okay, and remember, this circle is Antarctic Circle. Okay, and this one is this one is Arctic Circle, and this one is Antarctic Circle. Okay, once again I am repeating, this one is Arctic Circle and this one is Antarctic Circle. Okay, just below Antarctic Circle you can see blue cross. This blue cross area is frigid zone, having the coldest climate here. So between South Pole and Antarctic Circle, this blue cross area is known by the name of what? Frigid zone. In the same way, between North Pole and Antarctic Circle, this is also frigid zone. So this area and this area are having coldest climate. Once again I am repeating, the area between North Pole and Antarctic Circle is known by the name of frigid zone, and it is coldest. In the same way, the area between South Pole and Antarctic Circle, it is known by the name of frigid zone, again having coldest climate. Next, the area between Antarctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn is having temperate type of climate. This area is known as temperate zone. And next, the area between Antarctic Circle and Tropic of, not Antarctic, the area between Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer, this one having cross, this area is known by the name of temperate zone or subtropical zone, and having moderate climate. And the middle area, that is the between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, this area, red cross area, is known as equatorial region or torrid zone or tropical zone. Okay. Next is, I am going to tell about size. What is the location and size of India? Okay. India is located in the northern hemisphere. Okay, just like this. This is the globe of India. This is equator. And this is northern hemisphere, and this is southern hemisphere. Okay, and this is eastern hemisphere, and this is western hemisphere. Okay, or and India is located in here. Understood? So you can see that when we go by Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere, we will find that India is located in the Eastern Hemisphere. See, this one is Eastern Hemisphere. And when we go by Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere, we will find the location of India is Northern Hemisphere. That's why I have used here north, while telling about the north-south extent. I have used north direction. Okay, see, 37 degrees 6 minutes north and 8 degrees 4 minutes north. And when I have written 68 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east, I have used east. Okay, so while indicating the eastern western extent, we have to use east because India is located in the Eastern Hemisphere. And while indicating the northern southern extent, we have to use north because again India is located in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay, so you came to know about the location of India, in which hemisphere India is located in terms of north-south hemisphere. We will find India in the Northern Hemisphere. In terms of east-west hemisphere, we will find India in the Eastern Hemisphere, this area. Okay, next, what is the north-south extent of India in terms of latitude? When we try to find out the north-south extent of India, we have to go by latitudes. We have to see latitudes, from which latitude to which latitude India is extended. So see, you can see here, India is extended from 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. See, this is the latitudinal extent. See, when we will try to find out the latitudinal extent, then we have to see all the latitudes from down to upward or from upward to downward. Okay, so what is the latitudinal extent? 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. Note it down in your copy. And then if we see the eastern western extent of India, we have to see the longitudes, from which longitude to which longitude India is extended. So you can see India is extended from 68 degree 7 minutes east longitude to 97 degree 25 minutes east longitude. So this is the eastern western extent. So whenever you will be asked about eastern western extent, you have to mention 68 degree 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. This is the eastern western extent of India. And when you will be asked about to mention the northern southern extent, then you have to mention 8 degree 4 minutes north to 97 degree 6 minutes north. This is the northern southern extent of India. And remember, how much distance is there between eastern and western extent? 2933 kilometers. And how much distance is there between northern southern extent? That is from 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. See, 3214 kilometers. Okay. So now I do hope that you must have understood the concept of size and location of India. Okay. So this is the location of India. Okay. And here Bay of Bengal is there. And here Arabian Sea is there. Okay, in the Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep island is there. It is again the island of India. Okay, its direction is southwest, and its direction is southeast. So Andaman and Nicobar Islands are located in the Bay of Bengal, and it is located in the southeast direction of India. And in the same way, Lakshadweep islands are located in Arabian Sea, and they are located in the direction of southwest of India. Okay, then just below Lakshadweep you can see Maldives. It is the neighboring island country of India. Next, I am going to tell about the significance of latitudes and longitudes in the context of India. In terms of India, in the context of India, what is the significance of latitudes and longitudes? So you can see the red line This one. This is known as what? Tropic of Cancer. This line. This is Tropic of Cancer. Now, it is also one of the many latitude. I have already told you here. Tropic of Cancer. It is one of the significant latitudes. There are many latitudes, but 66 half degree north, 23 half degree north, then this one, and 23 half degree south, 66 half degree south. These are the significant latitudes, and that's why these latitudes have been given a distinct name. They are known by the distinct name. Okay, so each one is having their own name. Next, Tropic of Cancer. What is the significance of Tropic of Cancer for India? So you can see Tropic of Cancer almost divide India into two halves. Northern half, this one is northern half, and this one is southern half. Once again I am repeating. Tropic of Cancer divides India into two halves. The northern half and the southern half. And that's why India is having two kinds of climate. This area does have tropical climate, the southern part of India. The southern half does have tropical climate, and the northern half, this one, is having subtropical climate. So, single country, same country, but having two climates. One is tropical climate and another one is subtropical climate. So just I have told now that this one is having subtropical climate and this one is having tropical climate. Means Tropic of Cancer divides India into two halves. So the southern half is located in this area and the northern half is located in this area. So that's why the northern half of India does have temperate climate or subtropical climate, and the southern half of India does have tropical climate. Okay, and it has happened only because of what? Tropic of Cancer. So this is the significance of Tropic of Cancer. Next I am going to tell about, and one more point, important point I am going to mention here. Because of Tropic of Cancer, there are differences between day and night also. Hardly the difference between day and night is felt here. Means if you reach out to Kanyakumari, here you will not be able to find out a huge difference between day and night. There is hardly any difference between day and night. For example, you will find equal day and night. But at this point in Jammu and Kashmir, here you will find huge difference between day and night. So here you will feel a huge difference between day and night, and here you will not feel the difference between day and night, and it happens only because of Tropic of Cancer. So 2 points I mentioned here. One, because of Tropic of Cancer, India is having, the northern half of India is having subtropical climate and southern half does have tropical climate. And because of this Tropic of Cancer, here the difference between day and night is not felt, and here the difference between day and night is felt. Okay. Next, I am going to tell about the significance of longitude. What is the significance of longitude? Longitude is this one. Okay. So there are 30 longitudes. How many? 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. So how many longitudes are there between eastern and western extent? That is between 68 degrees 7 minutes east and 97 degrees 25 minutes east. 30 longitudes. Okay. And remember one thing, that when you go from one longitude to another longitude, it takes 4 minutes, and the distance between two longitude is 111 kilometer. Once again, I am telling the distance between two longitude is 111 kilometer, and when you shift from one longitude to another longitude, it takes 4 minutes. Okay, so how many longitudes are there? 30 longitudes between eastern and western extent. Okay, so there is a difference of 2 hours between eastern and western extent. Okay, and that's why at this point, Arunachal Pradesh, here sun rises 2 hours before than this point in Gujarat. There is a time difference of 2 hours, and sun rises 2 hours before here, and sun rises here 2 hours later. Okay, and it happens only because of 30 longitudes. So you must be confused. Why does this happen? So mathematically I am going to explain it. Just I told that it takes 4 minutes to shift from one longitude to another longitude. 4 minutes. So how many longitudes are there? 30 longitude. 30 longitude. 30 longitude multiplied by 4 minutes. How many minutes? 120 minutes. Then how many hours? 2 hours. Okay, so how there is a difference of 2 hours between eastern and western extent, you came to understand. Once again I am repeating, 30 longitudes are there and it takes 4 minutes to shift from one longitude to another longitude. So in this way we can say that there is a difference of 4 minutes between two longitudes. So 30 longitudes are there. 30 longitude multiplied by 4 minutes. How many minutes do we get? 120 minutes. If we convert it into hour, we are getting 2 hours. Okay, so you know that there may be time difference of 2 hours between this and this place. If you stand here and see your watch and ask your friend who is standing here that how much time is there in your watch, then you will be able to find out that there is a difference of 2 hours. Once again I am repeating that if you stand here and your friend stands here, and if you ask your friend the time, then your friend will lag behind by 2 hours. But this doesn't happen. Right now, if you ask anyone who is staying at any part of India, they all will say the similar time. They all will say the identical time. Means all over India, in spite of this kind of differences, all the watches all over India show the same time. And why has it been possible? It is because of Indian Standard Time. Okay, in order to avoid the difference of 2 hours, a standard meridian has been chosen, and this standard meridian passes by 82 degree 30 minutes east. Once again I am repeating, 82 degree 30 minute east meridian that passes through Mirzapur of Uttar Pradesh has been considered the standard meridian. Once again I am repeating, 82 degree 30 minute east line meridian that passes through Mirzapur of Uttar Pradesh has been considered as standard meridian, and therefore the local time of Mirzapur has been considered as the Indian Standard Time. And all over India, the times of watches are matched with the local time of Mirzapur, which is Indian Standard Time. So that's why all over India the watches show same time. Once again I am repeating, Standard Meridian has passed through Mirzapur, and the local time of Mirzapur has been considered the Indian Standard Time, and all over India the time of watches are matched with the local time of Mirzapur, which is Indian Standard Time. So that's why all over India the watches show the same time. We cannot find the differences in time across the length and breadth of India. Okay, so this is the significance of longitude. You can see just by the date of 82 degree 30 minute east, the time difference of 2 hours has been avoided. Okay, so this is the importance of standard meridian. And one more thing I would like to say, that this one, just like equator, the middle line has been considered as 0 degree, and this line is known as equator. In the same way, the middle line among all the longitude is prime meridian. This one is prime meridian. Okay, its location is 0 degree, and this prime meridian is also known as Greenwich meridian. Greenwich meridian. Greenwich is a city located in England, and this line passes through Greenwich. So that's why this line is also known as Greenwich meridian or prime meridian. Okay, and the time here is considered as Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. You must have heard about GMT. So the time along this meridian is known as Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, and this line is known by the name of prime meridian or Greenwich meridian, and this meridian passes through Greenwich of England. And remember one thing, when you shift from prime meridian towards east, one hour will be added to your time. Suppose if you shift from this 0 degree prime meridian to 15th degree longitude, and here 12 midnight is there, 12 midnight. So your watch will show here the time 1 AM. In the same way, if you shift to 30th degree longitude, you will find that your watch will show 2 AM. And here your watch will show 3 AM. Okay, one more time I am going to repeat it. Eastward, 1 hour is ended. You know that between these two longitude there are many other longitudes, and the difference between two longitude is 4 minutes. So how much difference is there between 15 longitudes? Again, 4 into 15, 15 into 4, 60 minutes, and 60 minutes equal to 1 hour. So if you cover 15 minutes, it means that 1 hour will be added to your time. And if you are standing here and if you are experiencing that your watch does show 12 midnight, and if you shift from this point to this point, that is 15 degree longitude, your watch will show 1 AM. And in the same way, if you go backward, this is what eastern hemisphere, and if you go towards western hemisphere, at this point, that is at 345 degree longitude, your watch will show 11 PM. 11 PM. Westward, subtraction takes place. After every 15 degree longitudes, 1 hour will be subtracted, and eastward, after every 15 degree longitudes, 1 hour will be added. So if you shift from this prime meridian to this meridian, that is 345 degree meridian, reduced by 15 degrees longitudes, you will experience that your watch will show 11 PM. Okay, so this is the significance of longitudes. So suppose if you are asked about the significance of latitudes and longitudes, so initially in terms of latitude you will describe the significance of Tropic of Cancer, and just now I told that Tropic of Cancer divides India into two halves, and the southern half does have tropical climate and the northern half does have subtropical climate, and the difference between day and night is hardly felt here, and the difference between day and night is hugely felt here. Okay, next thing, when you will be asked about the significance of longitudes, you will mention about that there are 30 longitudes between eastern and western extent. Okay, so there is the difference of 2 hours. To avoid the difference of these 2 hours, Indian Standard Time has been chosen. The Standard Meridian, that is 82 degree 30 minutes east, that passes through Mirzapur. So the time of Mirzapur has been considered Indian Standard Time, and all over India the time of the watches are matched with the local time of Mirzapur, which is Indian Standard Time. So that's why all the watches show the similar time, identical time. Okay, in this way the difference between 2 hours has been avoided. Okay, and when you will be asked about the sunrise, that is sun rises in the easternmost extent 2 hours before and in the westernmost extent 2 hours later, then again you will have to mention about all these 30 longitudes and how there is a time difference of 2 hours and how this time difference is avoided. Okay, next is eastern western extent and north south extent. So you can see that here the eastern western extent does have 2933 kilometer. Okay, and northern southern extent does have 3214 kilometer. So one basic thing I would like to mention here, that there are 30 latitudes between north south extent. Once again I am repeating, there are how many latitudes? 30 latitudes, and there are similarly there are 30 longitudes between eastern western extent. Eastern western extent, that is from that side to this side. So why does north south extent look bigger than east west extent? They must look similar. If eastern western extent does have 30 longitudes and if northern southern extent does have 30 latitudes, they must look similar. They must look of equal size. Why north south extent does look bigger than the eastern western extent? Again, there is a very inner trick here, and I am going to explain that why does it happen. Okay, in real sense, in reality, northern southern extent is bigger. From here we can see the distance is 3214 kilometer. So this clearly indicates that northern southern extent is bigger than the eastern western extent, which is having 2933 kilometer. Okay, so latitudes are parallel circles. Latitudes are parallel circles. The distance between two latitudes is equal. Okay, but longitudes are not parallel semicircles. They are unparalleled. Okay, and the distance between two longitudes is greater near the equator, and the distance between two longitudes is very narrower, very small towards north pole and towards south pole. Okay, so what happens that when the longitudes proceed towards north pole, they contract, and when the longitudes proceed towards south pole, they contract. Okay, so that's why it has been possible for the eastern western extent to accommodate 30 longitudes. Otherwise, if the longitudes had been parallel like all the latitudes, then it would not have been possible for the eastern western extent to accommodate 30 longitudes. Once again I am repeating, if the longitudes had been parallel, then it would not have been possible for the eastern western extent to accommodate 30 longitudes. Okay, so this is the reason why the 30 longitudes have been easily accommodated by eastern western extent. Okay, so in reality, eastern western extent is smaller than northern southern extent. And why has it been possible for eastern western extent to accommodate 30 longitudes? Because they are not parallel. They contract towards northward side and they contract towards southward side. Okay, so this is all about all these topics, and some more I shall be discussing in my next video, and in that video I shall discuss about India and its neighbors. Okay, so I hope that today you enjoyed the lesson, and whatever assignment will be uploaded in the ERP, you have to complete that assignment, and take care of yourself, stay safe. Thank you.